Gypsy Rose has been at the center of a lot of conversations this week, and they are all very much baby related. Now, I knew that when Gypsy announced that she was pregnant, this was going to get crazy, but I did not think it was going to be like this. I mean, there is just so much being said about her. Ever since Gypsy Rose announced her pregnancy on July 9th, the internet has been in a frenzy with tons of rumors and speculation surrounding the whole situation. I mean, truly, it's been crazy. People have been speculating on the dad, talking about the laws in Louisiana, wondering how her divorce will play a factor in this, and Gypsy has been right there clapping back and addressing all the people have had to say about her. Ken has also not held back from going on live since they've made the announcement and has addressed things that he's been seeing going around on the internet this week. Gypsy ended up going on Good Morning America as well to talk about things that she's been seeing and questions that people have, and she wanted to talk more about her pregnancy and clarify the timeline of events even further, as people seem to have the most questions about that.
It was mid-March when I left Ryan. So this is absolutely 100% Ken's baby. There was never any question of paternity.
The timeline is the thing that has really stuck in people's minds. They are fixated on it. Ever since the announcement was made, they felt like Gypsy moved on with Ken rather quickly, and even with her saying how far along she is, people were still skeptical of it all. Ken decided to get on TikTok Live and address some of the things that he had been seeing, confirming that he is the father, and other people are the ones getting the timeline of it all wrong.
The timeline does add up if you knew how pregnancy timelines worked, but I'm not going to keep explaining it. I promise you, there's no doubt. Baby's mine. Sorry, Javi, but I am. The math is math, and you just don't know how to do it. All right, I'm done.
On a re-uploaded clip of their live where Ken is responding to these comments about the timeline and how they don't think that he's the father, Gypsy ended up commenting, giving everyone a lot, and I mean a lot of detail. So everyone knew that it was in fact Ken who was the father of her baby. She said, left Ryan March 23rd, had a period April 17th, made love with Ken and only him April 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, conceived on May 4th, and positive test on May 24th. Ken is the father. So a lot of information there, maybe too much, but she for sure just wanted to set the record straight, and this seems to be something that people will be able to watch go down on her reality show. All of this drama of people probably speculating on the baby and who the dad is, to Gypsy finding out, and more of the behind the scenes of that, because when Ken was on live, people were asking them if they could talk about how they found out that Gypsy was pregnant, and Gypsy said that they couldn't really talk about it because of the fact that they were going to reveal this on the show.
Can we do a story time about how we found out? Sure, right? No? Okay.
It's part of the. Just keep watching the show.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
It's not that you're not allowed to talk about it. It's just they need to tune into the show. Okay.
Tune into the show. You'll find out. Okay, there you go.
We're under contract. We can't say that.
There's certainly a lot of drama for the show to cover, plus the fact that it isn't the easiest thing in the world for Gypsy to be having a baby right now, from the state that she's living in to her divorce and the fact that she's on parole. The combination is causing such a mess for her, and I'm sure Lifetime is just thrilled that they're there with all of the cameras for this. But to get into the complications with her current situation, because she is not officially divorced from Ryan, unless she gets things moving rather quickly, but his name could end up on the child's birth certificate, even though Gypsy and Ken are saying he is not the father. And the reason being, which I didn't even know this was an actual thing, but it is in the state of Louisiana, that by Louisiana law, if the mother is married to someone other than the biological father when the child was conceived, or has been divorced for less than 300 days at the time of birth, the husband/ex-husband shall be the presumed father unless paternity is established for the biological father. So basically, they're gonna have to do a paternity test at the hospital after the baby is born, and then it can be all good. But until then, the state will assume that this is Ryan's baby. Now, the other thing that complicates their situation is Gypsy's parole, because she is technically not allowed to live with Ken. According to People, her stepmother says the couple will likely raise the baby in her home until they can move in together when Blanchard's parole ends in 11 months. For about 6 months, she and Urker will travel back and forth between homes to care for their child. He's going to have to stay at my parents' house for a couple of days and vice versa, but until I'm off parole, I can't move in with him or us get a house, so we'll have to work around that schedule. He also confirmed that she can't move in with him when he was on live the other night.
Why don't we live together? Because she's on parole. She can't live with me technically. She visits a lot.
Going back to the People magazine article, it is always her stepmom that is giving statements to the public, which is just so interesting. Like, hopefully Gypsy is aware and like totally okay with all of that, but her stepmom really does. She's got like this connection with People because anytime there's a statement or a secret source or an exclusive, her stepmom is there talking to them. But anyway, Ken and Gypsy have been addressing a lot lately, clearly, and it didn't end there. In the comment section of another TikTok that Gypsy saw, she was also clearing up some comments that she got about the baby registry that she had posted on social media. After making it public news that she was pregnant, she did share a baby registry and it looked like it had been bought up rather quickly. I did see that there was an option to simply just like check mark that you bought something without actually having to buy the item. So what it seems like is people could have just said that they bought something and they actually didn't. And that is exactly what Gypsy ended up coming out to say happened. She wrote, "Actually, I'd like to clarify that no one bought anything on my registry. Haters were playing a practical joke on me by pressing the purchase button and leaving a harassing message with it." Ken had also defended the fact that Gypsy even posted the registry in the first place, as people were feeling it was a bit unnecessary.
Why did Gypsy make a registry? Because everyone makes a registry. There's nothing wrong with making a registry. She's living her life and making a registry like anybody else in the world would.
You can go on into town.
Now, when it comes to Ryan, he hasn't said anything about the announcement, but it did come out that he knew about it before she went public with the information. TMZ reported, family sources tell TMZ Gypsy told Ryan about her pregnancy a couple weeks ago. News, we're told, came as a huge blow for him as he was holding out hope of reconciling their marriage. As one source put it, he didn't take the news well at all. Ryan had said a couple weeks ago, when a rumor was going around about the possibility of this, that he didn't know anything and that he hoped it wasn't true. So it does line up that he probably wouldn't be taking the news so well.
If it is, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, if it's not true, then, I hope it's not true. I hope. But if it is, I can't do anything about it. It could be my baby. Yeah. Guys, I don't know if she's pregnant. Or the baby is mine. Ken could never what? Like, guys, I don't know if she's pregnant. So, don't quit asking me those kind of questions.
And in the Good Morning America interview, Ryan did get brought up, and Gypsy had this to say about his feelings in all of this.
I'm hoping that he is okay emotionally, and I wish him the best emotionally. But right now, I have not even had a moment to stop and think about anybody else except for, am I taking my prenatals in the morning? Am I drinking enough water? Like, I have so much to focus on, making sure that I'm healthy for this baby. So.
You've clicked into maternal mode.
I have.
She also wanted to address some other comments that she had been seeing from people, that she is an unfit mother, which she seemed to understand why people would be saying that, but obviously she disagrees.
That with my past, there's going to be a lot of people that kind of question if I even should be a mother. I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I have made mistakes in the past, and I will probably make minor mistakes going forward. But at the same time, I do know right from wrong, and learning from past mistakes is a growth that comes with time.
She was also asked about how she will address her past with her child, and she said that she will be fully honest when the time comes. Her and Ken will sit down with her child and have that conversation with them. But the thing that she did say was that she would not be putting her child in the media, which a lot of people have been wondering if Gypsy would be filming or posting her child for the world to see, since she has been very public with her own life, sharing so much since her release, but she claims that she will not be doing this.
I really feel strongly that I don't want my baby to be in front of a camera. Unless it's for home movies, I will not be putting my child in the media at all.
Why?
This world is so cruel and unsafe that there is a level of responsibility that I have to make sure that my child is protected.
This whole situation gets crazier by the day, and I'm sure it'll only continue to get crazy once Ryan comes out to share his thoughts, because I don't doubt that he will be getting on live to vent about this whole thing very soon. But until that happens, this is what has been discussed so far and what Gypsy and Ken have had to say. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Thank you.